Angel Reese thought trash talk could bury Caitlin Clark, but tonight that trash talk might bury her instead. You've seen the viral gesture, you've heard the courtside boos, but do you actually know why Reese keeps poking Clark? How it backfired on live TV? And what secret locker room leak reveals the real reason this feud won't die? Stick around because insiders handed us the receipts, and this rivalry gets messier the deeper we dig. Flashback to April 2nd, 2023. The NCAA women's title game is almost over. LSU has the ball, the clock ticks down, and freshman phenom Angel Reese hunts Caitlin Clark across the floor. Reese waves the John Cena "you can't see me" right in Clark's face, then points at her ring finger. Millions cheer, millions jeer, and a brand new rivalry is born. Overnight, ESPN tells the world Clark is the ratings queen, the single reason 9.9 million fans tuned in. Sports shows replay Reese's taunt on loop, framing her as classless, while Clark's identical gesture from a week earlier gets called swag. Reese fires back on social. "I'm too hood for y'all," she tweets, riding the storm instead of calming it. That choice, lean into villainy, paid short-term dividends. LSU jerseys sold out, TikToks popped, and sponsors chased a fearless trash talker. But hidden in those deals were behavior clauses Reese never read carefully. We'll get to that leak in a moment. Fast forward to April 15th, 2024. The WNBA draft. Clark goes number 1 to Indiana. Reese falls to Chicago at 7. Cameras catch Reese smirking when Clark gets the record-setting Nike deal. League insiders later say Reese told teammates, "Wait until we see her in the paint. I'll show America who's soft." From day one, Reese draws loud love in Chicago and even louder hate on the road. Opening night 2024 proves Clark's pull. Fever Sky sells out both home games. TV viewership peaks at 2.1 million, highest since Diana Taurasi's rookie year. And when Reese fouls Clark hard on a transition layup, replay angles show her mutter, "You're still little." Clark shakes it off, sinks both free throws, and drops a quiet 27-point triple-double. The arena chants MVP for Clark even though the Fever lose by 5. Instead of letting the moment pass, Reese hops on Instagram Live from the locker room. She calls Clark media maid and hints that producers script her squeaky clean image. The clip trends, but not the way Reese hopes. Brand partners start asking, if she trashes the league's golden goose, what does that make them? Her rookie endorsement pipeline slows to a trickle. By mid-season, Clark's numbers, 19 points, 8 dimes, 40% from 3, anchor a playoff push. Chicago hovers under .500, and Reese's efficiency tanks, 38% shooting, league-leading 7 technicals. Every time refs whistle her, she argues, eye rolls, or flashes the Cena hand again. Broadcasters invent a stat called me-bounds after Phillies legend John Kruk roasts her for padding rebounds off her own misses. Then, July 6th, 2025, Lynx at Sky. Chicago loses by 5. Free throw differential nearly even. Post-game, Reese slams diabolical refs, claiming a conspiracy. League offices fine her $25,000. Teammates quietly text friends, she won't stop blaming everyone. The locker room starts to split. Veteran guards sit 2 seats away. Rookies huddle around Clark highlights on TikTok. The next chapter unfolds July 27th, 2025, when Indiana visits Chicago again. Both stars are sidelined. Clark nursing a sprained ankle, Reese in concussion protocol. Yet United Center still sells out, proving one player moves the needle even from the bench. ESPN notes ratings dip 40% whenever Clark doesn't play, but hardly move when Reese is absent. Analysts state the Caitlin Clark effect is real, and Reese can't tweet that away. That same night, a private audio clip leaks, Reese venting that suits care more about white saviors than real hoopers. Her agent scrambles, but sponsors freeze campaigns. Magic Johnson goes on a national podcast 2 days later and compares Clark Reese to his legendary Bird rivalry. With one massive caveat, Larry and I lifted the whole league. Clark's doing her part. Reese has to decide if she wants to lift or just troll. Here's where the locker room receipts hit hardest. Remember those hidden clauses? One document, verified by industry attorney Lexi Moore, shows Reese's biggest shoe deal slashes royalties by 50% for every technical foul after 5 in a season. With 7 techs already, she's lost an estimated $680,000 before taxes. Worse, the contract can terminate entirely if she triggers a league suspension. Reese is now one whistle away. That's the sword hanging above every game. The public doesn't see the paperwork, but they sense something's off. At youth camps, kids now imitate Clark's signature deep logo 3 instead of Reese's finger point. Search trends prove it. Clark's shooting form outranks Reese trash talk 10-1. While Reese's social following plateaus at 3 million, Clark rockets past 8 and lands a streaming series on Prime Video tracking her rookie to MVP journey. Each episode frames Reese as the rival who talks first, scores second. Sponsors smell momentum. Gatorade, State Farm, and Adidas fight for Clark overlays. Meanwhile, Reese's smaller brand shoots commercials, but quietly pushes release dates back. Marketing execs don't want blowback if Reese blows another gasket. And then the fan side turns darker. During a June game in Indianapolis, a hot mic catches courtside hecklers hurling racist slurs at Reese. The WNBA launches an investigation and bans 3 fans for life. Clark, to her credit, releases a statement within an hour condemning the abuse and urging real supporters to hold each other accountable. Reese's camp delays its statement for 18 hours, debating whether to mention Clark at all. By the time it posts, the moment for solidarity feels lost. On the hardwood, the numbers keep tilting. Clark's adjusted net rating leads all guards since the All-Star break. Advanced stat gurus show that Indiana is +7 per 100 possessions when Clark plays, -11 when she sits. Chicago, they're -6 with Reese, -2 without her. The irony is brutal. The Sky actually defend better when their rookie rebounding machine is on the bench because fouls stop stalling momentum. During film review, head coach Teresa Weatherspoon calls out Reese for late rotations. Cameras from the team documentary catch Reese rolling her eyes again, mumbling, "Coach plays favorites." 2 vets walk out. Within hours, gossip blogs scream locker room mutiny, adding fresh fuel to the rivalry storyline, even though Clark is nowhere nearby. Mid-season All-Star Weekend arrives, and here comes the twist you didn't see. Saturday night, Skill Challenge Finals. Clark drains half-court logo shots back-to-back, igniting the Vegas crowd. The next morning, Reese's PR team leaks that she might skip the showcase to protest unequal media hype. League brass find the idea absurd. Players sign promotional pledges. Privately, they warn her to attend or risk fines. Reese shows up but sulks during warm-ups. Cameras pan, kids in Clark jerseys outnumber Reese jerseys 5-1. And then Clark delivers a line that stops the show. Asked about the noisy rivalry, she says, "Look, Angel pushes me and I respect any hooper who pushes me. But I don't carry grudges. I carry my team." It's short, classy, and cuts deeper than any taunt. Social feeds explode with side-by-side clips. Reese sneering, Clark smiling. The internet crowns Clark queen anew. Back in Chicago, front office executives tallygate numbers. Average ticket resale for Fever Sky sits at $189, the highest for any WNBA matchup. But analysts note a stark split. 70% of purchasers list the Indiana bench side, hoping to sit closer to Clark. The Sky knows star power when they see it. Rumors swirl they'll target a veteran shooting guard in free agency to balance Reese's forced post game. While Chicago scrambles, Indiana quietly extends Clark through 2029 with escalating salary bumps tied to league-wide revenue, increases the Clark effect triggers. That clause is revolutionary and leaves Reese's camp furious. They tried adding similar language and got denied because her metrics didn't justify it. Suddenly, the power dynamic isn't just media hype, it's baked into future paychecks. And then the mid-video haymaker lands. A former LSU assistant releases text screenshots, allegedly from April 2023, showing Reese rehearsed the Cena taunt 2 days before the title game, instructing teammates to pull me back so cameras catch it longer. She didn't act in the heat of competition, she staged it. Reporters verify screen cap metadata. Clark's supporters trumpet, she plotted it all along. Sponsors second-guess everything, and the league's image managers scramble. Clark's reaction? She shrugs, telling reporters, "I'm here to not hold grudges from college." The simplicity goes viral again, while Reese enters another 24-hour social blackout. By August, Reese's technical count hits 8, automatic suspension. The announcement drops hours before a nationally televised rematch versus Indiana. Chicago PR spins a flu-like symptoms angle, but league paperwork leaks online. Viewers tune in anyway, curious if Clark will comment. She doesn't mention Reese once, even after dropping 32 and sealing a 12-point win. Sponsors and fans notice. The narrative crystallizes. Clark elevates, Reese deviates, and the ripple effects reach far beyond 2 star players. When Clark and Reese entered the league, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert pitched a $50 million charter flight plan to owners frightened of losing headlines to college ball. The plan passed, but only after TV execs rolled out data proving Clark's games averaged 46% higher ad revenue minutes than any other rookies. Reese's name surfaced in the meetings, but merely as the foil audiences love to hate. That slide hurts, but the numbers were undeniable. League economists then rewrote next season's collective bargaining agreement projections. Because of Clark, the salary cap could jump 25% by 2027. One owner joked, "She just paid for the flight fuel herself." Reese privately fumed, telling teammates the league acts like I'm irrelevant. They reminded her she ranked top 5 in jersey sales. Another paradox, the rivalry sells. But it's Clark, not Reese, dictating new dollars. At the grassroots level, youth clinics notice the split. Girls in Des Moines copy Clark's step back. Boys in Chicago mimic Reese's swagger, but skip the technical fouls lessons when parents complain. High school coaches report a 20% spike in zone defenses tailored to stop logo threes, thanks to Clark highlights, while only a marginal jump in rebounding drills. The future game is bending toward range, not bruising blocks, leaving Reese's style looking old school fast. Media scholars weigh in with think pieces. Forbes runs a headline, "Rivalry exposes race and gender double standards." Analysts cite how black women like Reese get blasted for emotion that white stars like Clark get praised for. That context matters, but sponsors still chase winner optics, and right now Clark looks like the safer long-term bet. Even NBA legends chime in. Magic Johnson's bird analogy makes viral rounds, but Shaq spins a harsher take on a podcast. "I love Angel's fire, but you gotta score 30 with that mouth." He adds he mentors both players and hopes Reese flips the script by dominating the paint instead of Twitter. The clip reaches #1 on YouTube trends in 7 hours, proof that retired giants see the business stakes too. Meanwhile, Chicago's season ticket renewals creep along at just 63%, down 12 points from preseason projections. Team accountants trace the dip to fan surveys citing too much drama and lack of leadership. The numbers echo what front office analytics flagged weeks earlier. Winning cures noise, but the Sky haven't found the win column since Reese's suspension. So where does that leave NBA's ugliest rivalry? Angel Reese is suddenly boxed in by her own bravado. One more outburst risks torpedoing what's left of her contracts. Fans question if her double-double streak matters more than constant drama. Coaches wonder if she's worth the technical baggage. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark rides a wave of respect. Attendance spikes, ratings follow, and league owners schedule more fever road games in NBA arenas. Reese tried burying Clark with smack talk, but the numbers, sponsors, and leaked receipts say otherwise. The longer Reese jabs, the stronger Clark's brand gets. And here's the cold scoreboard truth. Villainy only sells if you win big. Reese keeps losing ground. If nothing changes, history will pin this rivalry as the moment one player supercharged women's basketball, while the other shredded her own legacy, chasing a highlight that backfired. Angel Reese thought she could silence Caitlin Clark, but she may have destroyed her own legacy instead.